feel like this should be considered to be continued, since I just started talking about the Barnes & Noble collection sale, and I thought I'd come right back and get into some of the companies, DVD companies that I like the best, and actually just some DVD companies I like and why I chose them. This is not a top 10 list. It's just if hopefully to see if you guys agree and steer some people that are just starting collecting, maybe in the right direction for them. So each one of them I'm going to talk about is going to have I'll talk a little bit about the company a bit and stuff that they do, and reasons why you should or shouldn't collect them. So this is probably part one, since I want to get through all the companies down the road. And the first one is Troma. Of course, this is Father's Day, and if you're a horror, exploitation, whatever fan, you will probably own or have heard of this movie. And it's incredible. Again, this is limited to 5,000 copies. This is 3,404 of 5,000, so I'm a little ways up there. And so it's not a film for kids. It's a cheesy film that Astron 6 did. They do a lot of short films. And anyway, Troma the company is what I'm talking about now, though I'm getting distracted. Troma as a company puts out some really good stuff. Now, the quality isn't always like remastered great quality in everyone, but they put out a lot of stuff that you can't get anywhere else. A lot of interesting stuff. They put out Mad Dog Morgan, Combat Shock in their collection. Of course, some of their own films like Troma and Juliet by James Gunn, and Toxic Avenger, Classic Nukem High. A lot of great stuff. So if you like the cheesy stuff and a bit of the grindhouse type films, then Troma could be a company that may be for you. They're worth checking out. Just if you like the older stuff, they got a bit of it there, and even have a sub-label that I can't remember the name of right now, but they do silent films, I think, and kind of like 30s, 40s films. Anyway, Troma's a good one if you're into exploitation and grindhouse films. Troma, and if you like really cheesy, so bad it's good stuff, or just kind of like off the wall indie stuff, Troma's great for that too. Company number 2. These aren't in order, by the way. And that would be 2 Entertainment. I'm not even sure if these guys still around doing videos, or someone else did them. But 2 Entertainment did Doctor Who DVDs, and until I saw these Doctor Who DVDs for the first time with the features, I wasn't aware that anybody would put that much effort into a television TV. I mean, like, I'd seen box sets where they had features on it and extra discs and lost stuff and all that, but the amount of work and effort that is put into even the lower grade Doctor Who serials is incredible. Their box sets, their commentaries, the features, everything is so well thought out. Extremely well done. This one here I'm holding in my hands is the 4th disc in the Trial of a Time Lord box set. If you don't have it, I do recommend it if you're a Doctor Who fan from the original series. There's a lot of great stuff. It talks about the hiatus when Doctor went off the air for 18 months. And 2 Entertainment is a great company to get if you're into like Doctor Who and stuff like that. They do the best, hands down, TV stuff for like Doctor Who. And anyway, 2 Entertainment. Number 3. And you know, this is VCI. See if you can see the logo there. You recently saw me mention VCI when I picked up the Dark Knight of the Scarecrow DVD, which is also by VCI. Now, they put out some really cool stuff. This here, of course, is the Blood and Black Lace, the classic Mary Bava film with Tim Lucas, the definitive expert on Bava here, doing a commentary. There's a bunch of stuff on here. This is a 2-disc set, but again, VCI has a lot of different stuff. They have a lot of the kind of rare stuff that if you're a genre horror fan, if you like some of the teaser stuff, and even have some non-horror stuff, but I pretty much focus on VCI's horror. Definitely a company to keep the lookout for. They they put out a lot of rare stuff. Watch out for their some double discs. Sometimes you see Blood and Black Lace. There's this one, and there's another one or two that they put out, and some vary in the quality. So do your homework when you're going to buy a movie. I love blind buys and stuff like that, but every once in a while it's good to know if there's 4 or 5 different versions out there. Do your homework to make sure you get the right one. Of course, it's Warner Brothers who have done great stuff. The TCM Archives label. TCM Archives is basically Turner Classic Movies, and if you're like me, you probably spend a lot of time watching the Turner Classic Movies channel one time or another. Well, the TCM Archives label of Warner Brothers has some really, really great stuff. This here is the Greta Garbo collection, some of her better silent films. Some great stuff on here, and they do a lot of stuff like this. They've got a Lauren Hardy. I picked up their Forbidden Hollywood, one of those sets. There's a bunch of like great early and pre-code stuff, and just some really, really quality stuff that you'll see in the Warner Brothers thing. They also have a gangster collection that is incredible, and can't recommend enough. You see me show it on my channel here, and so Warner Brothers, surprisingly, a mainstream label, especially with their TCM Archives and their gangster collection, as well as I think they did the film noir one. And this one here, I don't have a lot of these guys, but the ones I do, I really like, and that's Dimas, or Branson Distributors, but Demos. They put out these exploitation cinema sets, and there's very cheesy movies. They put out one, Don't Go in the Woods in the Forest. I think that was, pretty sure it was them. But this one here, Mausoleum and Blood Song, was a steal of a movie to find. My father found this one for me. I would never have been able to find this myself. It's a great, great set. They do a lot of the, again, a lot of the drive-in style movies. If you like those type movies, if you like Mausoleum, if you like seeing Frankie Avalon as a serial killer, it's just some really great stuff. And Dimas, look for them little labels right there, kind of a werewolf for demon type thing. Here's another one that you don't see a lot around here, but you do see it if you're traveling through like Europe or North Africa. And that is these are from here actually. This is what's Chaplin Collection Circus, and this is MK2 editions. Now, MK2 is again Warner, but the MK2 label does some great stuff like silent films and that. The Chaplin collections that they did before Criterion lifted a lot of their stuff from these MK2 collections, because in a lot of cases these movies have been lost, and not lost in that you can't get them, but it's going to cost you a bit of money to get them. Special stuff like Gold Rush or Great Dictator, which are also my collection over there in MK2, which I will get in Criterion's down the road as well. But it's nice to see that there was a company like willing to like take the chance on stuff like Charlie Chaplin back then. And Circus is one that I picked for a specific reason, actually, because it's a favorite of mine and my kids. And it's not Charlie Chaplin's best known film, but it's one that touches all the heartstrings. But if you like silent films, if you like a lot of the classics, MK2 is a good label. Next up is BFI. BFI goes hand in hand with Criterion as being a very strong company for putting out some really cool stuff. This, of course, is band apart, The Outsiders, which anybody that knows Tarantino knows that this is highly influential on him. When he was doing Pulp Fiction, it was the name of his company. But BFI isn't just about one movie. BFI does a lot of cool movies, a lot of foreign movies. They put out the Jacques Tati collection. The British Film, it's the British Film Institute, and they pretty much, like Criterion, are trying their best to put out the best of the best. And you know, as much as I love all of my horror and my slashers, those are my top genres of all time, but some great stuff going out there, and just let yourself be open up to try different things, different chances. BFI is a company that you can't go wrong with. They put out some really good stuff. There's some really good features on a lot of their stuff, and 2 thumbs. Next one is Blue Underground. Blue Underground, of course, is Wim Lustig, and some people that used to work with another company that I'm going to mention in a minute. And you know, one shot for the. I don't know if I can, but well, anyway, it's a 4D set. This one here is. Actually, I think Moods, you found my channel because this movie was a collection of movies. And Blue Underground is a lot of really cool horror and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool horror, a lot of cool Italian stuff. You got a lot of just Franco in that here. They put out a lot of really like decent stuff, and I highly recommend it. And you know, if you are into this type of stuff here, this set is actually pretty damn freaking good. There's some cool stuff on here, and it's 4 movies, Blue Underground, and I mean, it's like, this is like really cheap for what? It's 4 movies for the price, less than the price of one Blue Underground movie. And I highly recommend. I recommend Blue Underground for stuff that they've worked with. They've worked really hard on their horror collections. That's where I got the Prowler at. That's where I ended up getting my a lot of my films from. Torso came from Blue Underground. They just have so many. They just have such a love. Fifth Chord, I think that was Blue Underground as well. A lot of the Giallo that I have. A lot of the Italian. That stuff, a lot of the kind of cheesy exploitation stuff will come from Blue Underground. Anybody worth their salt that knows anything about genre DVDs will steer you towards Blue Underground when you ask them, hey, what's a DVD company that I can get that really represents the genre well? And Blue Underground is that company. Next up is one that I fell out of favor with, and I'm not going to lie. I like their stuff, but not all their stuff. And Arrow Films. I was actually a part. When I bought my first Arrow film, I found it from seeing an article in Horror Hound magazine, and they showed some really cool stuff. And they mentioned a place called CultLabs.com, and Cult Labs was a website. It still is a website, a forum for like aficionados, like collecting DVDs and horror and stuff like that. Especially Arrow and Cult Labs pretty much went hand in hand. And then Arrow started making weird decisions. They went away from Cult Labs, yeah, and then they started taking off the these here, which is one of the things that interested me in the first place. It just made them just really, really unique. And there's a lot of good Arrow to get. There's some stuff that I wait on. They're not as good as they used to be, but they still have put up some pretty good stuff. And for one that started it all, from VHS to the mid-2000s, we have Anchor Bay, otherwise known now as Stars, and I think that was the killing of them was this whole Stars logo. But Anchor Bay puts out stuff like Escape 2000, which many of you may know as Turkey Shoot. And again, a lot of features, a lot of great stuff. The Anchor Bay is not what it used to be. They are putting out a 35th anniversary edition of Halloween on Blu-ray, which is going to be really cool. Not a lot of features, considering all things considered, but I'll be looking into getting it. And it's just, I don't know how many times that Anchor Bay can put out Halloween and Evil Dead, and expect us just to buy those over and over again in reissues. And of course, the #1 best company, and this is #1 I'm going to give of out there, Criterion. Criterion puts out it's just, if you're a movie collector, Criterion has some of the best. They're numbered. They're some incredible stuff. Looks like my video time is up for this one right here, right now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get another video, and we're going to talk more about Criterion and probably and some other DVD companies there as well. Now, hopefully you're liking this and seeing some stuff you like, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Right now it's time for tea, and we'll continue this. Kind of got a blank there for a second.